He asked why Israel cannot just finish the job and kill everybody and
not everybody, just
the Hamas. Yeah. So for me, if Israel wanted to finish the job and kill everybody, including the civilians, the war could end in October 8th, just from the Air Force. You don't need one soldier on the ground to kill everybody and bomb everybody in Gaza. You don't need one soldier on the ground. You have Air Force that can do the job and finish it. But Israel trying to, in a room of 50 people, they're trying to kill one person.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
His girlfriend Eden Ayal, who's also the daughter of the owners of Decision Tactical, that will lead us in Hatikva.
נפש יהודי הומייה ונפתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא עבדה תקוותנו התקווה בשנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים.
We're so excited to be here. Thank you so much to United West for co-sponsoring with us on this important program, and thank you to Dr. Dan Leish for all of your help putting this together. He's also on our Florida Advisory Board. We're very lucky to have you. I also wanted to thank Decision Tactical for being such an incredible host to us, and to all of our sponsors, the United West, Dr. Dan and Stacy Leish, Wendy Nissan, Jacob Rappaport, and Carol Ivy. Thank you so much for your support and for every one of you for being here. ZOA has been around since 1897, and our mission is to protect the Jewish people and to protect the state of Israel. We do this through three major departments. We have a government relations department that has lobbyists on Capitol Hill fighting for the relationship, fighting for Israel and making sure that the relationship between the U.S. and Israel is solid and unbreakable.
It's a pleasure to introduce our speaker, Guy Finkelstein, 26 years old. He's from Lehavim, Israel, which I understand is near Beersheba. He is now a senior at Florida Atlantic University studying artificial intelligence and computer science and looking for a job soon when he graduates, if anybody knows of any good jobs in those fields. When October 7th happened, he was a Division I NCAA tennis player in Indiana, and he made the decision to leave the team and return to Israel to serve. Didn't have to. He fought with the Duvdevan Special Forces Unit. For those that don't know, this is a unit that goes into Arab-speaking areas. He did not grow up. He's not a native Arabic speaker, but had to learn that, and obviously pretty dangerous if you're in one of those areas and your Arabic is a little bit off. Very challenging elite unit. After his first tour in Gaza, he returned to campus, but then decided he really couldn't keep going on with business as usual while his country was at war, and he packed his bags again and returned for a second tour on the battlefield, and then came back to the U.S. where he transferred to FAU and is now completing his studies. So big honor to welcome Guy Finkelstein.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much. I'm excited to be here and thank you for coming and support us. My name is Guy Finkelstein and I'm 26 years old. Born and raised in Israel. I grew up in Lehavim, which is a small town near Beersheba. It's like 10-15 minutes. Growing up, I played tennis. Like since I was very, very young. I started playing tennis when I was 7. And then it became more, like I became a little bit more of like kind of, it was like once, twice a week, then became more competitive. This was kind of my life, my friends from tennis. I went to play tennis before school at 6 a.m. Went to high school, after high school another practice until 7, 8 p.m. I was barely home if it was tournament around the world, in Europe, tournament in Israel, everywhere. So like kind of like this was my kind of like my second home. I was spending more hours on tennis court and around tennis friends more than I spend like everywhere else, more than I spend in my house. When I was 18, I decided, I kind of knew when I was like 15, 16 that I want to go to a special commando unit. So I knew like when I was 18, I'm gonna stop playing tennis and try to get accepted to a special commando unit. If you guys know, in Israel, if you wanna get to a special unit, there is a long process that you start while you are in 12th grade, while you're senior high school. If it's a physical process, mental, and you're going couple levels. For example, my unit, there's 180 every year that get accepted. It's March, July, and November, and every time it's 2 teams of 30, so 60, 60, 60, and I don't know, like there's so many people that want to get accepted to this unit right now, especially if you guys watch Fauda. So Duvdevan is also like right now is the most active unit. It's, you know, like a some unit that are usually like training and can find themselves. I have friends, they were like in Matkal or something like that. They can find themselves training for 2 or 3 years for a mission. Duvdevan is a unit that actively doing, in the past year, Duvdevan arrested in Judah and Samaria over 550 terrorists, and they're doing every night, a couple teams going every single night. So this is what I really wanted, and after the long process, I got accepted. And to be a fighter, so we started the team, 30 people at the team, and not everybody finish. Some people like either they have injuries or social problems with the other team, because this team is like, I cannot explain you, like this team is my family, and those guys that I started with from my first day in the military until my last day in the military, I've done with this guy during the training. The training is 1.5 years. So until you become a fighter, it's 1.5 years, and then you have only 1.5 years to be a fighter, because the training is just 1.5 years. So it was long training, and over the training we did like a lot of field weeks under crazy circumstances. If it's away like 2 weeks, if it was rainy, cold, hot, whatever, those guys, they're my brother, each one of them, and we are sleeping together, we are cuddling each other just to have a little bit of warm weather while we are sleeping away, or while we had like tough week, or barely we didn't sleep, we didn't eat, and we just like when we have each other, that's all we needed. Like you don't care about like what you do and how you do, like you just want to be with your friends and your team. After I finished my military service, after 3 years that we did some missions around Judah and Samaria, it was COVID. I started my military service 2017 and finished 2020, which it was COVID. If you guys know, Israelis after military, they go on a big trip in South America for like 6-7 months enjoying. That was my plan with my team, but everything got canceled, unfortunately, and I found myself playing tennis again. After I didn't play tennis for 3 years, I found myself back on the court. Everything in Israel was closed, and tennis was the only sport that you allowed, because it's one over there, and you can play tennis. And then I have a couple friends that playing soccer in the United States, and they told me to try. And I said, there's no way, like, I didn't play tennis for 3 years, like, there's no way. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna try, and I got back to practice every day, 2, 3, 4 hours playing tennis. In the beginning of 2021, after 1 year, like less than a year, I started reaching out coaches in the United States. And one coach sent me an email from University of Southern Indiana. It's in Evansville, Indiana. And I signed a scholarship over there as a Division I tennis player and started my study. This is another picture throughout like the years in the military. This is the first guy that got married in my team. You see, we all made shirts and we're doing every day. Like, I just came from Israel 2.5 weeks ago, and one of my friends from my team, he got married, and we all did like a big party. We made shirts and everything. So I started schooling in University of Southern Indiana. I was there as a tennis player. For me, it was very tough at the beginning. I didn't know where I'm coming. I never been in the US. I'm 22 years old. All the freshmen, they're 18. My English was very, very bad. I barely knew English. And then it was a little bit tough for me, like there were no Jews around. Like the closest Chabad house was 2 hours drive, which is Bloomington or Louisville. This was like, there were no Jewish Israelis on campus. I didn't do like Friday dinner or holiday for like 3 years. And it was very tough for me. And then on October 7, I was in the middle of a tennis tournament in Tennessee. And then we played Friday and Saturday. So Friday, we stayed at the hotel with the team. And we played Friday, and then I fell asleep at the hotel. It was like 10 p.m., which is like 8 hours different, which means 6 a.m. in Israel. So everything is okay. And I woke up at 8 a.m. in Tennessee, which is 4 p.m. in Israel. So I knew just at 4 p.m. what's going on. Like it started 6:30, 10 hours. I had no idea I'm sleeping. I opened my phone, and my phone going off, and like I couldn't even open my messages and phone calls, and I don't know, I'm trying to go through my phone to understand what's going on, and I have no idea what's going on. And then I was one of the messages I saw with my mom. She said, call me and something, and I called my mom, and my mom, do you guys know what Ironman is? Ironman? Yes. It's like triathlon, just much more. You swim, run, and bike. So my mom did it twice, and she was practicing for another one. And during her practices, she drove like with her team. They drove near the kibbutzim, and I didn't know. And like they saw one of the car with terrorists, and they managed to escape. Unfortunately, one of her team got killed on October 7, and like I was shocked. Like I was still like had no idea what's going on, especially when you are far there. You're trying to see what's going on in the news. Even the news didn't know what's going on. And one of the messages that there's a couple of other pictures. One of the messages I got, that one of my team, remember, we are 30 in Duvdevan, maybe finish 25, then let's say around 6, 7 going to some different position, if it's like be a commander on a young soldiers or go to a different unit, but basically team in Duvdevan, they're around 18. And one of the messages I got, that one of my friends is already died on October 7, and I woke up and I saw this message, and I said, okay, now I'm gonna leave. And I'm going back to Israel. I packed my stuff. I took the first flight back to Israel. And then my brother, he packed me a bag with clothes and everything I need. He picked me up from the airport, and I didn't even want to go home. I went straight to the base. I knew my team is already near the kibbutzim in Gaza, fighting there. I packed my bag, I took it like straight from the airport to the base. I signed all the equipment, I signed the gun, I signed the vest, like helmet, everything I needed, and I joined my team over there. we were fighting there. Like at the beginning, it was a lot of training. After, like, we were fighting maybe like 3 or 4 days in the Gaza border. Then we kind of moved to the north. We were training and training and training. And I want to say something about my school, in University of Southern Indiana. They were very supportive. The professor told me, like, don't worry about this assignment, don't worry about this exam. You can take it later whenever you have a chance. Like, they were very supportive. And I found myself during the training, like between training, open my computer, try to study, doing assignment here, assignment there, go to another training. And then the first tour in Gaza, we went inside Gaza, and like something that, like, like Duvdevan, it's kind of like when you are like in the military, you are training for a war or something like that. You work with tanks, you work with this. Duvdevan is kind of like different. We do what we do in Judah and Samaria, and we have no idea what's going on besides that. And then you go there and you see like the big, like whatever going inside Gaza, and we are shocked. I think the most thing that I got shocked is like when we went inside the houses, and if it's like you can see like house, and you can go to a room and you see like unicorn and a 3-year-old girl, and like about the room is all pink and a lot of toys and it looks so nice. And then you open the bed and you see like rockets and equipment, and like for me it was, and even same like in classroom, like we went to one of the schools and you see the classroom, you open the board and you see like guns and rockets, and like for me this is the craziest thing, the first time I saw, to understand like it can be everywhere. Later on I also like got shocked by the tunnels. Like if I thought Israel knew what the tunnels is, it's much worse. Like there is another world, like take Orlando, another Orlando. Like literally there are some tunnels that just maybe you can walk there, but some tunnels like trucks can drive there. They have like literally another life over there. But another thing is that when I came to Israel, one thing that I very remember, it's the love that I got from the people in Israel. It was amazing. Like everywhere we went, everywhere I went, the team went, people gave us so much love. If it's, like they saw soldiers, and like food and equipment and money and socks and shoes, what do you need, like, and vest and hoodies and pants, like the love. And like people saw me in the street, where do you guys stay? Because like when we were training before Gaza, we were staying in Israel. Where do you stay? I want to come tonight to do barbecue. Where do you stay? I'm going to send you 100 pizzas. Where do you stay? Like it was unbelievable, the love we got from the people in Israel. It was amazing. If I thought like before the like Israel people were kind of divided, so on October 7, like since the war started, I saw how we were all together and love each other, and for me it was amazing. Everywhere I went, I got so much love. Even on the street, like we drove with the car, and somebody opened the window of his car, and threw like cigarettes and like literally like everything. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And then after my first tour in Gaza, it was, I think we went inside Gaza in around November, and then I finished around February. And then some visa issues and stuff like that, I had to go back we were supposed to stay outside until the next mission, so I went back to Indiana, tried to do the spring semester as fast as I can, and I went back in April 24 again. And during this time again, like we are staying in Gaza, outside of Gaza, we have mission, I open my computer, I can do an assignment, I can take a quiz, and then the commander say, yeah, we got a mission, let's go and go inside Gaza. So I was like, Gaza, I'm doing assignments, Gaza. So it was crazy, this world for me, like from one this. And I knew that for me, like I said, like my team is my brother, and I knew like that's the reason why I came back to Israel, to be with them. For me and my team, one was in Sri Lanka, one was in Mexico, and one was in Dubai, I think, and me in the United States, and we all went back. And for me, like, I want to be with them, and I don't care what they're doing, and I don't care where they are, or when, or whatever they're doing, if it's in the north, if it's in the south, in Jordan, Gaza, everywhere. I just want to be with my team. That's all I wanted to do. And then I went to a second tour in Gaza in April 2024 until June. And this one, the one behind me right here, the tall one, so he was a commander on a young soldier, and he, inside Gaza, at the same moment he wasn't with us at the mission, he went with the young soldier to do a mission, and he died by explosive device. I don't know if you guys know, but in Gaza, like I was there total almost 8 months, you barely see terrorists. On October 7, they came to Israel, they attacked families in their houses, they attack drunk people at the party, they attack babies, kids, whatever. When Israel is ready to fight the army, they know they don't have a chance. You barely see them in Gaza. They don't try to fight you. So explosive devices everywhere. This is a number one reason right now. Like, this is the most soldiers that are in Gaza is from explosive device. Maybe you can be over one of their snipers, but you barely see terrorists. Even like one terrorist can go under the go up from the tunnel, one RPG or like a rocket to the house, go back, and you wake up in the morning and like my team, we got one to the house, and like it's a shock, it's a boom, and like you like don't understand where it comes from, who is this, where it is, like you can't even see. It was the middle of the night. So this is the number one reason of explosive device. So this is a video that I want to show you, like the vibe in Israel, like the vibe, like even during the training, even during a war, that like the vibe in Israel was like, look, we were all dancing before, and like when we have like a nice dinner or something like that. So like I can tell you, like when I'm with my team, like you don't feel like you are in the war. Like, you know, people, like it's just crazy. Like and this is like some people that came to literally look what they did for us. It was amazing. And after my second tour in Gaza in June 2024, I was looking for an internship or something like that over the summer. I kind of like felt like I need time to myself. I want to clean my head. I don't want to be in Israel at that time, before I start my senior year in August. So I found a place in Florida, in Delray. And then I went to Delray, and I fell in love with this place. Like, especially after 3 years in Indiana, to see community, like so many Jews, so many Israelis, like events, like the love that I got also from the community was amazing. And I said, okay, there's no way I'm going back to Indiana right now. I tried to do everything I could to transfer to Florida Atlantic University in Boca, and last minute I transferred all my credits and all this stuff to start my senior year. And then like, to be honest, like when I went to Indiana at the second time, I had like I want to talk about like anti-Semitism right now. I had like a small protest, nothing crazy, and it was in April, right before my flight back to Israel for the second tour. So I just went with the Israeli flag. I just like stand in front of them by myself because there was no one there. and that's it. So let's see. This is also like, this is in Gaza. Those two pictures. This is in training. This is when this is the tournament that was October 6 and 7. This one, the protest that I said. And when I went to Indiana, I wanted, like, you have to play with your school. I decided to play in a tennis match while we had, and this is in a media day that we took pictures. I want to talk about this picture right now. So another story from Gaza, that one of our missions, it was to look for hostages. So I guess we brought from Israel with us a terrorist from Hamas. I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe some unit or team arrested him a couple weeks before or something. And because I guess people like the Shabak or somebody asked him, and he had information. So literally came with us from Israel to Gaza, and he showed us a random place in Gaza, and he said, right here. And we started digging out the sand, and then we found 3 bodies right here. And for me, this kind of like scared me, because like it was random place, and it, like, for me, like, I felt at that moment that maybe we'll not find everybody in 20, 30, 40 years. And this was crazy for me. So this is a story about these pictures. And this is me in Florida, different life. Literally, like, I just wanted to stay here, and now I'm here. And other pictures from Florida. Now I'm coaching tennis. I'm not playing on the team anymore. I finished my eligibility. I played in Indiana. Now I'm just finishing my degree. I'm coaching tennis around Boca. I also have a coaching license I did from Israel. And this is some events that I'm speaking. So there is an organization that's called SSI. It's Student Support Israel. And they are doing some events on campuses. So I went on a trip to University of Tampa, University of North Carolina Charlotte, Georgetown, University of Maryland, George Mason, and Rutgers University, New Jersey. So I had this trip, and I was talking in front of students about anti-Semitism. And my goal was to motivate the students to go out and speak and don't be scared to show who you are. And one girl came up to me after the speech, and she told me she has like a David Star necklace on her cheek, on her ear, she has a David Star necklace, and she told me she was walking and she saw some Palestinian flag, and she put it inside the shirt, so she was scared. And then she told me, but after your speech, you literally left school, left tennis, left everything, left your life to go to Gaza. Like, who am I that I will be scared to show that I'm Jewish, you know? So for me, just to motivate them, like if they are talking about 1, 2, 3 people, because a lot of people in the United States, they are not like really know, you know, like you can talk to kids on campus about the situation in Israel, and they have no idea what's going on. They watch TikTok, they watch video, they watch Instagram Reels, and that's it. That's what they know. They don't really know the history, they don't really know the conflict, they don't have a really idea. So for me, it was motivate them to people to go and talk to other people. It doesn't need to be like, you know, like a fight. Just sit with them for a lunch, talk to them, show them what you think, show them what the truth is. And another thing that I was, like when I came to Israel and I say about the love, it was, when I say about this, it's like a lot of people ask me questions about politics. For me, this war is nothing to do with politics. Like, politics, it doesn't matter if you are love Netanyahu or don't like Netanyahu or right or left. I feel like this war is like for Israel, like our people, our land to keep exist. It doesn't need to be if you're right or left. Like we all want Israel to stay Israel and stay the country of the Jews. So I was speaking in some campuses event. I had some protest. They were jumping during my speech, so they got kicked out right here. This one it was in Rutgers University, New Jersey, so I want to finish with like a small story in Gaza. A lot of people ask me question if I think that the Israeli army care about the citizens in Gaza. So I have a small story. My team, we got a mission to go one of the houses. We started walking one of the houses as a formation. It was me and another one first, and then the team behind us. And I kind of felt suspicious about this house. I don't know, something in my, I really don't know. I can remember, I can think about it. Something felt like not safe to go inside this house. They will say something about like maybe hostages, like clothes or something like that, DNA they wanted to find. And then I said to my commander, I don't want to go to this house. I don't feel safe. And then he said, we have to, we got this mission, we gotta do it. And then my entire team was behind me, and he said, if we say no, we shouldn't go. I talked to him, I said, can we talk to the Air Force? They will bomb this house first, then we can look for the stuff we wanted to look. And then he said, this one answered the question, if we think about the civilians in Gaza. They said the Air Force are not allowed to bomb this house because there might be possibility they have citizens inside the house. And they were not supposed to be there anyway, because we gave them notes or whatever to leave the houses. And then I decided not to go, and then we didn't go, and we kept doing what we did. And 2 days after, the night after, other team went inside this house. As soon as they entered the house, explosive device, and 3 of them died. So this is like, and there were no civilians in the house. And people, like just the Air Force, they didn't get approved to do it because they thought they might be. This is another story that I don't know if you guys know this girl. Her name is Karina Arayev. She is one of the IDF soldiers that got kidnapped from Nahal Oz, and she just got released in last, I think it was February, with the hostages after a year and a half. So if you guys remember, there was one story in 3 hostages that they managed to escape from the terrorists, and then the IDF shoot them, if you remember. So one of them, he was Arabic. His name was Salem, I think. This is all his family. And this is my uncle. He works with families hostages, he's psychology. And apparently, Karina, at the beginning, she was with Salem at the tunnel. They were 2 months together until they escaped. I think he and another 2 escaped, and they shoot them. So my uncle asked my mom to have this event in my house, and she was talking about him in front to his family. And it was amazing to hear some experience from her, like some crazy stories. Again, I want to finish and say thank you so much for everyone who come here. I really appreciate your time. If you guys want to ask, I will give some time to question right now. If you guys want to ask everything, feel free. I will answer whatever I can, but feel free to ask. Thank you so much for your support. And that's it. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you.
How did you know to trust when you're going in with a Hamas and he's telling you this is where the Israelis are buried? How do you know to trust him that he's not going to tell his other Hamas friends or something?
He was in Israel he was arrested in Israel for like 3-4 months. So, like he was in Israel and he had no contact he cannot contact anybody. He was in Israel, arrested in the jail for like 2 or 3 months before that.
A lot of people that I talk to who are very anti-Israel, once they learn either I'm Jewish or Zionist or have any Israeli background, they automatically start believing that anything I say is a lie. And so there won't be any fact checking, it'll just be like, because you're a Zionist, you are lying. I was wondering if you've talked to different people. Do you have any specific type of like sentence or topic or way of speaking to people that opens them up to be able to listen to you about Israel?
To be honest, it's a tough question because
Repeating the question if you can, or I can take the microphone, whatever you prefer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So she asked me, she says she's talking to other people, and every time she's talking to other people, she feel like as soon as she say or they know she's Zionist, they kind of like they don't want to listen, or they cannot open their mind for it. And she asked me if I have a different, like the way that I come to those people and have conversation with them. So I say it's a very good question. I talk to so many people. Some of them they don't want to hear, they don't care. Some of them are a little bit more open to start showing evidence, if it's pictures, if it's stories from first hand. But yeah, I understand. Some people, you know, those people that are doing the protest, I feel like there's people I can't talk to, and even if I try, they think that way, I think that way, and some people that's I don't think we can talk to.
When you are in Gaza, how far are you from the Palestinians, the Israelis, the army from the Palestinians? And are the Palestinians, some of them are pro-Israel or pro-army? Are they feeling that Hamas is doing bad things for them?
So he asked me how far I was from the Palestinians in Gaza, if there are some Palestinians that like Israel and they hate Hamas or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in Gaza, basically you are not supposed to see anybody, because we gave them notes that we are fighting in those areas and they should leave their houses, they should leave their whatever they stay, they should leave this area. We gave them an area to go because we are fighting in this area. So we saw some, and the one that we saw, we didn't arrest them, but we took them back to Israel, I guess, to ask them why they stay there, if they know some information. But I can tell you that we found like one of the houses, we found like a mom and 2 kids. And we gave them water, food and stuff. We took them to Israel. And I don't know what they did in Israel, but they asked them a question. And I heard she said all the way from Gaza to Israel, she say, please don't take me back home, please don't take me home. I would rather be in jail in Israel. So I don't know if Hamas is, most likely they're taking control. You see with all the trucks, with the food and equipment that go inside, Hamas is taking over it. I'm sure some civilians over there that support Hamas, and you could see October 7, random people walking inside Israel and stealing some stuff from the house. I'm sure some people don't like them. It's, you know, but we didn't see a lot. We saw some, not a lot. They were not supposed to be there, you know. If they were there, they are risk to die, because we told them we're gonna fight in this area. You should leave.
So, what do you think the future is for Gaza? Like, can they settle back there? Is it buildable back? Are they, you know, there's some plans that are now fighting with the IDF, I believe. I don't know how aligned they are. Like, where does this? Where do you think this goes?
If you ask my personal opinion, I think it will never end. Unfortunately, that's my personal opinion. After I was there, and you see like a whole world. Gaza, it looks very small on the map, but you have Gaza and you have another Gaza, and if you're not gonna finish and kill, sorry. If you're not gonna finish the mission and kill the entire Hamas or every terrorist, I don't think it will ever end, because they just grow up and okay, maybe we'll get the hostages back soon, hopefully, and it will end for the next 5, 10, 15 years, but it will never end, because they want your land, they want our land, they want all the Jews in the world will die and they will take Israel land. So I don't see any end for this war, to be honest.
They say also it's not only the Hamas, it's the ideology of them. You can kill them at this, but they're mentally, they prepare to the ideology, the religion.
Yes, I agree, and this is like you see all like some suicide, or you see like a terrorist that run in front of terrorists that try to attack inside Israel or even in Gaza, they don't mind to die and kill Jews. You know, for them, they hate the Jews more than they love themselves.
The mother, the guy the Hamas called his mother, and he said, "I killed 10 Jews," and she says, "Wonderful. This is how they."
If you know what she's talking about, there was like a phone call that one tourist inside Israel was shocked by his success, how many Jews he killed inside Israel on October 7, and he called his mom and he's crying on the phone, and like this, he was crying, and you can hear by his voice the excitement he had. It was unbelievable. He was excited, like I don't know, like he won the world, you know. Like I never heard somebody excited like this.
And his mother, great.
And his mother also, and his father.
Any comments on what Israel just did in Iran and President Trump helping them?
Yes, to be honest, like nobody knew about it. I landed here one day before it started. We were talking in Israel about like the nuclear weapons they have and the nuclear sites, which is very scary, because you know they can wake up in the morning and they got to the point they have weapons and equipment that they literally can kill everybody in Israel. And I like the Trump with us, and he's supporting us, and I feel like him and Bibi had a really good relationship, and I feel it's something that can help us, and hopefully we'll get the hostages back soon as well. But I feel like if it will go to the point that you are doing like a Caesar fire or you get hostage back, it will be one of the deal, because I don't see Hamas will let you do a deal without saying for the next 5-10 years that you build it, and I'm sure that will be part of the deal, unfortunately.
And the hostages, that's the most important now. The hostages.
Yes, right now this is the most important things, and there is no other way for me to get hostages without a deal. You can see we got from 250, we got maybe 6. We got maybe 6 without a deal. And they also killed some because we tried to get them by mission or by action without a deal. So I feel like as soon as you will try to, and they also say that, and I feel like it, because why not? For them, they're keeping hostages, and while you're trying to get hostages by mission, they'll just kill them, and instead of, so yeah, tough situation.
Did you go down into the tunnels?
I did once, yeah, and it was shocking. I did once, but after, like you do, first of all you do a camera and you send a robot and a dog and everything, but this is the most scary thing I did in my life, I think. Like you never know when you go in the tunnels and you have like 5 different ways and rooms, and it was very scary.
Because it's not just learning Arabic to, order, dinner. You have to learn it so that they don't know that have the accent, the Israeli accent. So
this one you're talking about is like people that are doing undercover missions. Yeah. It's maybe one in a team. It wasn't me. One in a team. We worked with them, but I didn't do undercover missions. There is one every team, and they are staying in the military for 7 years. After they finish 1.5 years of training, they're doing another 1.5 military, and they're starting doing undercover missions just after 3 years. So they're actually learning the culture, learning the language, how to get friends, how to socialize. They're learning much more. I didn't do it. We just work with them. So for example, we went to. They help us to get to the house. They help us to get information. They went in the same day to give us information, how the house looked, if the guy is there, if the guy is not there. They gave us information.
Did you have any Arabs in your unit?
I had Druze people, not Arabs.
Okay.
So he asked why Israel cannot just finish the job and kill everybody and...
Not everybody, just the
Hamas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So for me, if Israel wanted to finish the job and kill everybody, including the civilians, the war could end on October 8th, just from the Air Force. You don't need one soldier on the ground to kill everybody and bomb everybody in Gaza. You don't need one soldier on the ground. You have Air Force that can do the job and finish it. But Israel trying to, in a room of 50 people, they're trying to kill one person. But I'm very, very, very small, and there's so many people above me that they're making decision, and I'm a very small soldier. I'm doing what they ask me to, and I will always do what they ask me to. It doesn't matter what, if I agree or not. I'm a soldier. This is my role. This is my position, and I will do what they say, even if I like it and even if I don't. But yeah, if Israel wouldn't care about the civilians, I can tell you the war was ended October 8. Not even October 8, October 7 in the night. There was no Gaza. Like 3 hours. I would like to finish because some people ask me about like a peace. And this one what I like to say my opinion because I feel like you can look at the history. Israel never started a war with Gaza. It's always started like rocket 200, 300, then we go. Even when they just decided one day to shoot 10 rockets, Israel is waiting, let's see if they're doing it more, maybe not, and it's fine for Israel, which I don't agree, but again, I feel like if Israel will put their guns down, there will be no Israel. But if Hamas will put their guns down, there will be no war. Yeah, there will be peace. If Hamas will put their guns down, that's it. The war is ended. But if Israel, there will be no Israel. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.